what's going on. So I'm here today to talk about what you look for in a girl. And this applies to both sexes. And since it's always a fundamental message, and I like keeping it simple and then exploring the idea, what you look for in him or her is the same thing you look for in yourself. Whether you know it or not. And ultimately, you are the powerhouse. You have both feminine and male traits in you. Because if we didn't, our lives would be one-sided and we would be doing that thing. Example, girls, and I'm just making this up, tend to be more emotional or are more emotional. Guys are more of don't care, stoic. We're saying this in general as an example. Though it's not wrong for a man to feel. It's not taboo. Same thing with a woman. This person doesn't need to be emotional at all. She can be physical, maybe even aggressive, or just, gosh darn it, physical, masculine traits. Ultimately, on top of the ultimate, these people are the same. So they're neutral. And if you go one way, you're most likely gonna go the other way. Or you could be, AKA, lopsided. If you search for it in a girl, and I'm gonna use me for an example, instead of hiding it, what I would want is someone who is explorative, likes to explore, someone who's calm, but also has a sense of self, and that has a sense of humor, and is generally happy, and likes to feel, in love. Now, all these things are just a self-reflection, a replica, a shadow. What you need to understand is, what I'm saying isn't new. There really is nothing new. Though it could be new to your identity, your personality. These teachings and terms, a lot of people kind of cover them up and use different words, blanket terms. God, neutral. the things I've been saying, now we have people, I'm not sure, there's Ram Dass, gurus, political leaders, philosophers, Confucius, media, sayings, Robin Williams, bunch of other famous comedians, poets, physicians, Hippocrates, Socrates, ancient Rome, Greece. The message to get from here, as I'm saying, this isn't new. It's kind of forgotten, undiscovered, renewed, resourced, or resorted to. And people just explain this in words. But more so, what life is a feeling. And though people speak it, some people don't understand it. Like blank, physically and mentally, and also spiritually. You have to go through something to experience something. Whether that's riding a boat, steering the boat, setting the sails, you can talk about it, but ultimately everything in the physical realm is just physical, I was gonna say sex, which it is basically. Because it's just like, there's not, you just have to feel it. It's just as simple as that. And not everyone's gonna feel the same. There are technicalities to get to this, such as lessons and roles and discipline and control, all these things, but they're all just a tool. They're not necessarily the key. To get where places you gotta go, you just gotta go. Because everything in the physical realm, it's always gonna feel the same. But how you feel inside is never gonna change. Because there's like a homeostasis. And a lot of people are out of that homeostasis. And a lot of people, for the most part, are trying to get back to this. Whether they realize it or not. Whether they're making an actual intention. They just don't know sometimes.